Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs and video games. Today, playing Monster Train. Today on Monster Train, we are going to be playing as the Stygian Guard with the Hellhorned as our secondary. The last time we did this combination, we did very poorly, but the last time we did the exiled champion of the Stygian Guard, so we're going to do the primary champion for the Stygian Guard. Now, last time we did the primary champion with the Stygian Guard with the Hellhorned, we did the primary Hellhorned. That was a very long time ago. Basically when we first unlocked the Stygian Guard. So, what we've never done before is primary Stygian with exiled Hellhorned. That means we've got the Frozen Lance as our Stygian Guard normal card, starting card, and Queen's Impling as our Hellhorned starting card. Pretty weird with the Stygian Guard because you really like spells, and Torch is a spell, whereas Queen's Impling is not. So, let's see how that goes. Covenant rank 24, this is our first time on Covenant rank 24. Our Pyre starts even more damage than before. That's probably not very significant, but it could be. You know, it actually could be. Let's go. We have Ritual of Battle, which I really like. Energy Siphon, which I have come to like whenever we've been playing with the Stygian Guard. The Energy Siphon is an interesting way to deal with the bosses that start out. And Guardian Stone, not bad. I think I like these starting cards. The Ritual of Battle being the weirdest one, but still, I think I like it. Seraph the Chaste. Seraph will remove half of any buff and debuff effect stacks. Okay. That's not too bad, I don't think. I don't remember Seraph the Chaste very well. Don't remember what other effects, because the Seraphs are more complex than just the emblem shows. Archus Darkness Incarnate. Actually perfect for us playing as the Stygian Guard. We do not have a looming Dark Shard at all, which means we can freely play as many spells as we want. The only downside is the imps that we play. I don't think we're going to have a problem with Archus. Talos the Architector has Soul Sucker. Soul Sucker is annoying because of the Dazed on Strike. But again, with the Stygian Guard, this is kind of the best possible effect for us to get with Talos the Architect, because our spells are perfectly fine. Alright, let's go, and we are starting off half health. One of the Covenant ranks we started off with 20 damage, Covenant rank 9, I see it there, and then Covenant rank 24 gives you another 20 damage. So you start out half health. I think we want to upgrade our champion before taking an artifact. I think I've decided that's the order. That's the order that's best. Don't really like Frostbite, the Chillwind one. Conduit is always fun. I like the Conduit one, I think, a lot more than the Frostbite one. Just in general. The Frostbite one has more attack. One less health might be significant, though. And I think the effect of having damage spells cost less is just better than the effect of having Frostbite 10 on Strike. This basically does 10 more damage to the unit, so it kind of does 25. Let's do this one. The Conduit, I think, is the one that could just make your deck better. So Titan's Claws are interesting to me because I tend to like frozen cards. We don't have any frozen cards yet, so Titan's Claws would do nothing currently, but I do like the effect. The Cleansing Water is fine. Sometimes it's very good, often it does nothing. I think I'm going to take Titan's Claws. So we've got two different effects that we just chose that reduce the Ember cost of things. Nice, and I'm not going to start with the Divine Boons. Let's go into the first battle. Retribution gives them spikes. That's kind of bad. Kind of bad with Tethys Titan's Bane. because Tethys Titansbane only has 5 health. But honestly, we're probably going to put him at the top, right? And we've got lots of Queen's Implings. We're going to turn it on. We kind of knew we were going to turn it on, but I had to think about how we were going to handle our champion just being really bad when there are spikes on enemy units. We also have the Guardian Stone. The Guardian Stone incentivizes me to add things along with my champion, but we don't really want to put our champion anywhere near these guys, so we're just going to put it at the top. We're going to put it at the top. We're going to put the Guardian Stone there. And I guess we're even going to play the Train Steward up there. So this is our top floor. Our top floor is set up. And then Frozen Lance will kill one of them. Alright, I don't think there's any realistic way for us to kill the Collector. Actually, maybe there is. Except that we only have 2 Ember, so there's not. Right? If we play the other Queen's Impling, then this one kills the first Queen's Impling, and the second one kills this one, and the Collector gets away. It's sad, but true. At least we killed all of the clergymen. But the Collector got away, and that's sad. I like getting the money from the Collector. The Energy Siphon kind of does nothing. Let's put it on the back one. And then the other 3 we of course play. Alright, we've got 2 clergymen to deal with at the top, and other than that, there's just the boss. The boss is going to add Weights of Contrition to the deck, which is annoying. The Ritual of Battle has never been something we've really been able to play, but we could play it this turn, because we can do Frozen Lance, whoops, that's not a Frozen Lance. That's an Energy Siphon. We'll do an Energy Siphon on the boss. And then let's do the Ritual of Battle. Do I want to put it on my champion? That's probably the best choice. Put it on the champion. We really want to kill all 3 of those before Chains the Sighted gets to the top. That's going to be harder with the fact that we get Weights of Contrition every turn. Just junk cards that make it harder to actually do the things we want to do. So another Energy Siphon on the boss is in order. We could play a Queen's Impling and a Frozen Lance. If we played a Train Steward, it would die to the attacks. So there's no reason to play a Train Steward, let's just play the Weight of Contrition. And then we should have no trouble at the top. Even with the Weight of Contrition. Ooh, interesting. We do have trouble. Part of that is due to you. What's going on? You are dying from the attacks. And then that means that you are spending one of your attacks killing the clergyman and getting 3 damage. If we play the Queen's Impling, a lot of those problems go away. So I guess we're playing the Queen's Impling. Queen's Impling goes in front, yes, because then the Train Steward gets to hit one more time. And we still haven't won. Interesting. Getting the 2 Rituals of Battle was pretty unlucky. If we had a Frozen Lance here, the Frozen Lance would do 18 damage. Still wouldn't be enough, but it would be nice. Okay, well, taking some damage in the first battle. I'm a little surprised that we're taking damage in the first battle, but not too surprised. Our deck was not great so far for dealing with the first battle. We did get the trial bonus though, which was 75. Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm trying to think of whether taking the trials in the first one is always worthwhile. because a lot of the times I take damage and sometimes I don't get to defeat the Collector because I do that, but I think it's still good. The Mollusk Mage is an interesting one with the champion effect that we added. Damage spells cost -1. If we have the Mollusk Mage on the same floor, then the magic power on that floor is also increased. It's pretty interesting. On the other hand, we could just take Flash Freeze, which is a damage spell. I don't think I want another Energy Siphon. Having 2 Energy Siphons in the deck at the beginning is probably fine, probably enough. I think I want the Mollusk Mage. I might sacrifice the Mollusk Mage in the future to give its 10 magic power to something else. But let's take the Mollusk Mage for now. Fortify isn't bad. I don't know if I want the Imps. Let me think about it. We have Queen's Implings. Do I want to have a bunch of Imps in my deck? The nice thing about the Imps is that they take a hit. The bad thing about the Imps is they're not spells, which means they don't work with a lot of Stygian units, and they only work with some of the Hellhorned cards. So they don't have a whole lot of synergy necessarily with the card packs that we'll be opening in the future. I think I want the Fortify. Let's take the Fortify. I think Skip was also a decent option there. I think I want to go more Stygian than more Hellhorned, generally in this one. So let's go to the right. It gives us a Merchant of Magic. There's not a lot that I want to do with the Merchant of Magic so far. That's maybe a reason not to go there. I would like to have a Surge Stone to put on my Frozen Lance. Let's still go right. I think the Stygian unit is important to us. So the Eel Gorgon has Incant gain Multi-Strike. It's very good. The downside is the 3 health. That's the significant downside. But it can be very good. Which one of these do we want? The Titan Sentry is kind of nice because it actually has health, which none of the units that we have so far really have health. It might not be a bad thing to sacrifice the Mollusk Mage to. Let's take the Titan Sentry. But who knows, the Eel Gorgon could have been amazing, perhaps. Oh, I do like the Freeze Stone because of Titan's Claws. That's really nice. And let's look at the Divine Horde. You know, not my favorite set of artifacts to choose from. I think the Precious Plating is generally a bad idea. You really want to have more power, more things that allow you to win without taking damage rather than something that gives you health. The improved Firebox so far just doesn't do much. So far that just doesn't do much. Do we take Worn Grindstone? Friendly units get +5 attack. I mean, it does help. It just doesn't help that much. I think we still take it. Worn Grindstone. Give me 5 attack on all my units. So we're certainly taking the Freeze Stone. No question there. Freeze Stone is going on probably Ritual of Battle. Yes, Ritual of Battle gets a Freeze Stone, which means when we draw it, it costs 3, but the next turn it costs 0. And then we could purge a card, or we could take an Ember Stone. The Ember Stone seems kind of bad. I mean, it's not bad on the second Ritual of Battle, but with the effects that we have, the Titan's Claws, I guess Ember, what is it called? The Ritual of Battle is not affected by the Tethys Titan's Bane, so the Ember Stone is probably good on it. But is it better than just removing a Train Steward right now? I'm going to say probably yes. We're going to take the Emberstone. Put it on the one that does not become free. And then the Power Stone can stay there because we just don't have something we care to put it on. We could put it on a Frozen Lance. That's not worth it. Alright, let's go. That was generally weaker than I would have liked, but still. It was an improvement over what we had. A unit draft. A unit draft, but the enemy units get armor 10, which includes the Reconciler. How bad is armor 10? It's kind of bad. It's kind of bad, but I don't know. How are we going to kill the Reconcilers? We have nothing that can hit the Reconcilers in the back. We don't have a very good deck for this fight. I'm thinking about that unit draft, though. I'm going to say no. No, I guess. Okay, we can put the Titan Sentry at the bottom. The Frostbite 3 kills the Reconcilers. Okay, that's good. That means we actually do some good things down here. Tethys Titan's Bane is going to go down here, as well as the Guardian Stone and the Mollusk Mage. That's going to be the bottom this time. And I guess there's no reason not to apply Energy Siphon to the Forged Disciple and then hit it with the Frozen Lance, because it's not like we have any better damage spell in our deck. Yeah, we don't have a different damage spell in the deck. So, sure. We're going to double my Frozen Lance. Woo-wee. And then the Train Steward is going to go on the second floor. No reason to put it on the first floor, because we already have plans for the first floor. We can get the Collector by playing a Queen's Impling up here. Or a Train Steward. And I wouldn't mind another Train Steward there. We're going to play the other Train Steward. So that's that floor. On this floor, we could play a couple of Queen's Implings. If we did, though, the Reconciler wouldn't die. We could play one Queen's Impling. Let's do one Queen's Impling. Yeah, one Queen's Impling, so you hit the Queen's Impling. Would I rather have you have the Frostbite? Well, can't change that now. Ritual of Battle is kind of what I wanted to see, because we should be winning next round. I need to believe in my bottom floor, and it's kind of hard because I never got the Mollusk Mage or the Guardian Stone. But I think we don't worry about this guy, instead we believe in the bottom floor. So that means Ritual of Battle here. And then we can play one Frozen Lance on you. Is playing the Train Steward down here better than the Guardian Stone and Mollusk Mage now? It might be. Especially because the Mollusk Mage doesn't have anything to give 10 magic power to in my deck. And the Guardian Stone only works with Energy Siphon, Fortify, and Ritual of Battle. Okay, I guess the Train Steward is going down here. Okay. And we should be winning this one right now. That's the theory. And we are, so everything's good. Everything's peachy. We can even kill you. Great. And we win the second battle. Win the second battle, no problem. Should I have taken the trial? I think the answer is still no, because I dealt with the Reconcilers very easily there, and I would not have if I hadn't done the trial. Oh, Ice Tornado becomes free after one turn because of Titan's Claws. That's great. We're taking Ice Tornado. Ooh, the Hornbreak. I probably want Hornbreak. The piercing and the ability to actually target an enemy, which we don't have anything that does that. We want the Hornbreak. Alright, we actually have some decent spells in our deck now. So, for the next battle, do we feel like we need a Divine Artifact? I think the answer is no. And therefore I should skip for the money. I think I should skip for the money. But I only have 30 health, so that was a lot more difficult of a decision than it normally is, I think. Ooh, I really want Herzl's Horde. But duplicating is not bad when we have things that become free. Like, we could duplicate the Ice Tornado, would not be terrible. Getting the 20 Pyre health would be kind of nice. But I do want the Hellhorned banner and the Herzl's Horde. Let's go right. Let's look at the Divine Temple first. We see a Value Stone. That's kind of nice to see. We also see a True Stone, which could go on Ice Tornado, maybe? Interesting. I don't think I want to do the Engaged Pact just yet. And which one of these three do I want to do first? Probably the Artifact. The Golden Vault is actually slightly interesting, but maybe it's better just to do Sigiled Seaweed. The triggered abilities can be pretty bad for me, some of them, and it's a 50% chance to just remove them. Sure, let's take the Sigiled Seaweed. And then, I guess, the Hellhorned banner. The Steelworker has a Resolve effect, which I kind of like. The Railbeater has a Strike effect, which is fine. Starts with a lot more health, though. Do I want either of these? Let's think about it. We definitely want Tethys Titan's Bane and the Guardian Stone on the same floor. And we probably want the Titan Sentry in front. So that's kind of one of the things that we want to do, is have those three, which amounts to 4 space. 4 space, currently 5 space with the Mollusk Mage, but we're planning to sacrifice that, we think. We think we're sacrificing that. Maybe it would be better to sacrifice something that normally takes up 2 slots. Like these. We could take the Steelworker and sacrifice it. Or the Railbeater and sacrifice it. Armor 30 is not a bad thing. And we don't really care about the strike effect that much. Maybe we take Railbeater, and that's the thing that we sacrifice, instead of sacrificing the Mollusk Mage. Just for space reasons. Sure, Railbeater, we're taking you. It's kind of a weird thought process, but I'm trying to come up with a good floor, because we're probably only going to have one good floor. Oh, we could copy a card 5 times. You know, we're doing it. We're copying Ice Tornado 5 times. I really wish I had upgraded Ice Tornado before we did this. Really wish I had, but still, I'll do this 5 times. I think a better way to do that would have been to go to the Divine Temple first, put the True Stone on one of those, Do I still want the True Stone on one of them? I probably do. It just would be great if it was on all of them, right? It would be great if it was on all of them. And let's immediately engage Pact. So we're going to engage Pact our Rail Beater, and we're going to put that onto the Titan Sentry. So the Titan Sentry survives longer. That's the plan. I'm not going to take the Value Stone right now. Alright, Talos the Architect, I just went into extreme threat level. Hopefully I can still do just fine in this battle. You apply Dazed on Strike. That's not so bad when the thing that I plan to be in front does only 5 damage. So we could do this all at the bottom. I think we will, because we can play the Ice Tornado this turn with the Titan Sentry and Tethys Titan's Bane. Yeah, let's do it all at the bottom. So, you go here, you go here, we defeat 3 of them. Great. I think that was a pretty good start. We are certainly playing the Ice Tornado. Let's start with Ice Tornado, I think. Actually, the Frozen Lance makes it so that if we hit this one twice, it kills it. And we certainly want to play the Mollusk Mage before we played the one that we've already played. Can't exactly do that, but... Alright, we're taking a lot of damage because that one didn't get hit. Luckily, we started with a fair amount of armor. So the Ice Tornado does 40 damage 3 times. We did Energy Siphon on you twice. Man, I kind of want to just hit you right now. That would deal 3 times as much damage, which would be 93 times. That would be 270 damage. That's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage, but the other thing that we can do is not play either of these this turn, and they'll be free next turn. And this would be a good time to play Ritual of Battle. So we're going to do that. Now we've got 2 free Ice Tornadoes. We can play the Guardian Stone at the bottom. Let's play the Guardian Stone at the bottom. Adding armor to our units all the time is good for us. And then we probably want to Ice Tornado once at the bottom. Let's do that. Okay, and we Frozen Lance at the bottom too. Now the real question. Do we Ice Tornado you with the free Ice Tornado? Or do we take this one out? This one we could take out next turn with this Ice Tornado, so I'm not worried about it. Let's hit the boss really hard. There we go. Boss mostly dead. We'll also play this Queen's Impling here, I guess. If I'm planning to Ice Tornado that one, I guess I should have used the Queen's Impling against the boss. Oh well. The Hornbreak can kill you. That's nice. The Ritual of Battle can add even more rage. Yeah, let's Hornbreak you. Now what? We wanted to Ice Tornado you. We still can, but the other thing that we could do is play 2 Queen's Implings, because with the Worn Grindstone, the 2 Queen's Implings will kill you. Okay, I'm down with that. Queen's Impling. This one needs to remain in front so we don't get the the Ember Drain. And, yeah, Forge Disciple down. So now we can play the Ice Tornado down here. And Fortify on the front unit. And then we even can play our Train Steward on floor 2, or the top floor for that matter. I guess let's play it at the top floor, because we can play it on the top floor without getting Ember Drain this turn, which is nice. Alright, and I think we are going to crush the boss. We are already crushing the boss, we haven't even started playing cards. Great. So that would have moved just fine, even though we were at extreme threat level. I thought that that would be a relatively easy one of the 3 major bosses. And it was. It's good to actually get that right sometimes. We get our 75 gold. We do not take Impelate. Do we take Spike of the Stygian? Last Stand is kind of interesting when we have 2 Ritual of Battles? Kind of. It's another spell that's not a damage spell, though. And Spike of the Stygian is the same. It's another spell that's not a damage spell. I think I would feel better about Last Stand if we had a unit that we cared to put a ton of attack on, a ton of rage on. A little bit more than what we have, where we just put it on our champion, which does not have sweep nor multi-strike. So we could just skip. Because Seraph removes half of the rage that we put on anyway, I think that Last Stand is not great. It's not great in the Seraph fight. I think we skip this. Alright, skip it. Do we want another floor that has units? I don't know that we do. I don't think we want any of these. I think I'm going to skip these 2. I don't know if having one floor that has units is really a great idea, though. Especially if I'm thinking about the Last Divinity fight. The Last Divinity fight, what floor do we put all of our units on? If it's floor 0, our units are going to die. And by floor 0, I meant the bottom floor. If it's the middle floor, we don't have enough space for the units that we want to put on. If it's the top floor, then the fact that the Last Divinity has sweep is really bad for me. So does that mean that we want another set of units in the deck? I don't think that's what that means. Let's skip. And I think Herzl's Compound is certainly the best with the effects that we have. The Titan's Claws, and that we want to play lots of spells each turn. I think Herzl's Compound is what we want. We might take Light of Seraph next, though. So that the middle floor is something we could use? Maybe. I would like that Merchant of Steel. So I guess we're going right. And champion upgrade first. So Conduit 2 makes damage spells cost even less. We've got a lot of damage spells in our deck. I still don't care about Chill Wind, so I guess it's Conduit 2. I wish it wasn't only damage spells. Alright. Let's see the Merchant of Steel. Immortal Stone. Ooh. Ooh, that could solve some of our problems. I like seeing that there. Let's look at the Stygian unit. So I really like Siren of the Sea. The problem with taking Siren of the Sea is that if we take it, how are we going to use it without sacrificing it too? But the Incant that adds both attack and health is really good in the deck that we've built so far. It's just that we can't fit the Siren of the Sea somewhere that's useful. So we have to think about what our plan is for units again. The Guardian Stone is great. One of the things that we could do is take the Siren of the Sea and sacrifice it, which would make one of these one cost, like one capacity units, better. Is that what we want to do? I think that might be what we want to do. The unit essence is not as good as the Siren of the Sea itself, because the Incant does less. It does half as much, but it's still a pretty good unit essence. Let's take it. I don't know if I like my plan so far, but we have a plan. We're going to remove Train Stewards. And then the Merchant of Steel. The Immortal Stone seems great for the Railbeater Titan Sentry combo. That seems great. That allows us to get the armor 30 multiple times too. So he can die and then we can replay him. That's great. A Heartstone, we certainly want that on one of our several units that does not have much health, such as the Mollusk Mage. Let's put it on the Mollusk Mage. I also want it on the Guardian Stone, but the Mollusk Mage doesn't start with an ability to gain health, and the Guardian Stone does. Strength Stone, I don't know that we care that much. Obviously, we could put it on these things and it would be fine. I don't think we care that much. We could re-roll, or we could purge. Let's re-roll. It gave me another Heartstone, which I do like. The large stone would have been difficult for me to take because of the +1 capacity, even if I could afford it, but the Heartstone we are very happy with. We want a Heartstone on the Guardian Stone too. Great. So both of those units are now worthwhile. Since this is a Strength Stone again, I'm going to take it and put it on something. Kind of anything is fine. Anything that's at the bottom. Is the Titan Sentry fine? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what else we want on the Titan Sentry, but I'm going to think that a Strength Stone goes on one of the things that we put further back, like the Guardian Stone. Okay. We have upgraded our units. I feel good about those upgrades, even though I found them to be somewhat strange. I have a plan for this deck. I don't know if the plan is good, but I have a plan. How much health does our champion have now? 7? So if non-boss enemy units have spikes 4, then our champion dies really fast. Do we do that anyway? With the idea that we're going to not have our champion attack units for the most part? Maybe? I don't know if this is a good plan. I do want a random artifact. I really want that random artifact, so I'm going to turn this on. This will require me to start at the top, not the bottom, so that my champion doesn't immediately die. So, we're starting at the top, and that means that we're going to get Ember Drain over and over and over again. It's upsetting. We do kill the Collector immediately, that's nice. So a Hornbreak has Piercing, which means we could kill this one, which has Spell Shield. I like doing that. Let's start there. And then we have a bunch of zero-cost things. I guess we want to Ice Tornado in the center. And we might want to Energy Siphon in the center too. Where do we put the Siren of the Sea? If anywhere. We could put it in the center. Let's put it in the center. and start incanting in the center. We're going to Energy Siphon the back one, and then Ice Tornado. There we go. And then we can even Ice Tornado at the bottom or hold it for next turn. If we hold it for next turn, we get to do it where the Siren of the Sea is. And since we're not about to shuffle our deck, there's no downside. Okay, let's do that. Hold our Ice Tornadoes for next turn. We have so many Ice Tornadoes. I like it. Look at all those Ice Tornadoes. And they're all going to be free next turn. Okay, well, this Ice Tornado, you know, if we just Energy Siphon one of these, this Ice Tornado is guaranteed to kill both of them. How about that? And then we can save things for next turn, again. The fact that you have 50 armor is not wonderful for me. So we're going to do a Queen's Impling. Actually, doing the Ice Tornado that has Piercing might be really good next turn. I'm going to play the Frozen Lance here, because I believe we have enough Ice Tornadoes to kill that next floor. And I would rather use the Incant. Okay, so what are we doing? We want to play the Guardian Stone at the top. We know that much. I mean, we could also play it in the center. We could also play it in the center. The Ritual of Battle will play next turn. I need to figure out where we're putting the Guardian Stone this turn. I know we kind of want it at the top. And I think I'm going to stick with that. So Guardian Stone, you're going at the top. Now, on this floor, we're going to play the Piercing one first. It did not hit the front unit. How unfortunate. Alright, so now the next Ice Tornado kills that one. And then we could take the 15 damage, or we could play another Ice Tornado. I mean, you are much worse than all of those units, so I think we're going to play another Ice Tornado to defeat you. And then why not fortify you as well? And we're going to play 2 Frozen Lances down here. Okay. The Mollusk Mage we play at the top. Unfortunately, that's going to give us another Ember Drain next turn. But we know that. We know that's going to happen. And that means we can't play this Ritual of Battle. We can play this one. I think here we play this Ice Tornado, and then we chill. And then we play... what? Ritual of Battle at the top? You've got 6 spikes. 6 spikes is not great. Don't like that you have 6 spikes. We're going to play the Frozen Lance or the Queen's Impling. I guess the Queen's Impling is technically better, because the Frozen Lance deals 6 damage and gives us 2 extra damage. The Queen's Impling does 10 damage and saves us some health on our unit. I don't know. Very small thing. I am going to Ritual of Battle our champion. And I guess we can play Frozen Lance up here too, just to give us the armor, because we couldn't afford it down here. Okay, there's the boss. We really want you to not take 6 damage. That's one of the main things we want to not happen. I guess to do that, what we do is we play Energy Siphon here, and Frozen Lance him, and then Frozen Lance him twice more. Sure. So now you're only taking the 4 damage from hitting this one. And then we have to kill this one before our champion hits it, which I think will be easy. We can play both the Queen's Impling and the Trained Steward. I guess we'll play them at the bottom so that we still have room on the second floor next turn if we want. Okay, well, whatever. You are silenced. How about that? I don't know if that affected you at all. But it's kind of cool to have silenced the boss. We do have 2 Ice Tornadoes. We could afford to play an Ice Tornado, or we could not. Interesting choices. Ice Tornado, or not. The Ice Tornado is going to be decent, but it could be really decent next turn too, is the thing. What I'm mainly looking at is, how do we do more damage in the center? If we play a Queen's Impling, we definitely do. And if we play a Trained Steward, we definitely do. Either one that we play dies in the first swing. So I guess the Queen's Impling is the better one to play. And then we can't really put the Trained Steward anywhere. We could play Fortify either location. And it seems like it would be better at the top. Seems like it would be better at the top. So, Fortify you, I guess. Front unit. And then the Ice Tornadoes we're going to play for free next turn. We've done basically no damage to the boss so far. But now let's do damage. We know we're playing the 2 Ice Tornadoes, we know we're playing the Frozen Lances. Let's start with those things, and then decide. Oh, we're already winning. You know what? We just click end turn and win. I think we're winning with Frostbite. Alright, we win. We get 50 gold. Apply spell weakness 2 to enemy units when they enter the floor below the pyre room. You know, I kind of like it. I'll take that. I wish that... I guess the Titan's Tooth... The Titan's Tooth is a damage spell, actually. Because it does 5 damage. It's not just the Frostbite. So an expensive damage spell is not bad. The Unnamed Tome is a lot worse when we have Sigiled Seaweed. The Crystalline Seeds is basically just not as good as Titan's Tooth, because Titan's Tooth is going to cost us almost nothing on the floor where our champion is, and it applies more Frostbite. So Titan's Tooth. Inferno. Inferno is a bad idea. Branding Right is a damage spell. It is a damage spell. It is a damage spell that works really well with our Titan Sentry. In a very weird way. Because it triggers the Revenge. And gives him more health. Alright, I'll take it. Branding Right. Oh, you know what? It's actually terrible, right? Because we're going to have 10 extra magic power on that floor. So it kind of only adds 5 health. Adding 5 health is what our Fortify does, though. And for that matter, we could, instead of using it on the Titan Sentry, because it has piercing, we could attack an enemy with it. And the 10 extra spell power might be good there. Okay, we'll still take it. I want to go both of these places. On the right, we get to remove more cards, which is very powerful, I think. On the left, we get the Concealed Caverns and the Merchant of Magic, which I think is very nice. I still don't know what I'm going to do with the Siren of the Sea. I'm still thinking of sacrificing it. Which means we could upgrade our Titan Sentry and our Mollusk Mage still. With the Merchant of Steel. I really want another artifact. Those shiny artifacts are so nice. Let's take another. So, looking at the Merchant of Steel, we see Runestone, which seems amazing with what we have. So Runestone is good. Look at the Divine Temple. Extreme Stone in the Divine Temple. Seems like it could be very good. Could go on a Hornbreak, or could go on an Ice Tornado. Both of those are good things to have Extreme Stone on them. Titan's Tooth is also a good thing to have Extreme Stone. We've got a lot of things to put Extreme Stone on, but now that we've seen those two things, let's take our artifact. Playing a spell deals 2 damage to a random enemy unit on that floor. That's nice. Volatile Gauge... Ooh. Volatile Gauge could be good? Could be good. It makes some of the cards really bad, like Queen's Implings. It could be good generally, though. Especially the draw 3 every turn. Oh man, this is a very hard choice. Is Volatile Gauge amazing? Or is it quite bad? The draw +3 every turn is strong. Like, very strong. Especially with all the permafrost. Well, the permafrost cards actually hurt it a little bit if we don't play them. But no matter what it sets the permafrost cards' energy cost to, they'll be 0 the next turn. And the Ritual of Battle is going to cost less. The Titan's Tooth is almost always going to cost less. All of our minions cost more, which is kind of bad. Kind of bad. Branding Right is on average going to be the same. The Energy Siphon and the Fortifies are bad. The Frozen Lances are always bad. But the +3 every turn. That's so strong. I think we take Volatile Gauge. But now we have to think more about what we take. I'm still going to remove Train Stewards, because they're quite bad, but I guess the Frozen Lances aren't as bad because our champion discounts them. Okay, what are we putting Extreme Stone on? Extreme Stone either goes on Hornbreak, Ice Tornado, or Titan's Tooth. Is it better on Ice Tornado or Titan's Tooth? It's kind of better on Titan's Tooth usually, but the Piercing Hornbreak having Extreme Stone is very good. Let's take that. And then what? I don't really want the Purge Stone. Especially if we're planning to Engage Pact again. And now we have to think about Engage Pacting again. We've got a couple of temples coming up. Do we Engage Pact right now? And by Engage Pact, I mean sacrificing the 2-cost unit that we have in our deck. The 2 capacity cost. Siren of the Sea. we would put its effect on Guardian Stone. I think we do that. So we are going to engage Pact, and part of the reason I'm doing this now is because having 1-cost units in the deck with Volatile Gauge is a lot worse all of a sudden. So sacrifice Siren of the Sea, put it on Mollusk Mage, or no, not Mollusk Mage, Guardian Stone. So Guardian Stone is a lot better now. And then we've got 90 Pack Shards. Merchant of Steel, we're taking Runestone. Runestone, probably we put on the Titan Sentry. And we put the Heartstone on Mollusk Mage. They're mostly the same. But let's put this on the Titan Sentry, the Heartstone on the Mollusk Mage. Okay, now our units are basically upgraded. We can't upgrade any of our units anymore unless we get another unit and sacrifice it to the Mollusk Mage. We don't have a lot of attack value on our units, which is interesting to note, not much to do about it. Do we purge a card? We indeed purge a card. The Queen's Implings have gotten so much worse now that they have a random cost. Okay. We made some crazy choices. Let's see how those choices pan out. I don't know how they will. Alright. Do we want them to have armor 15? I certainly don't. Let's not turn that on. So we have to play the Rail Beater. We've got to play the Rail Beater. This Ritual of Battle is free, which is nice. The real question is, are we setting up at the bottom or the top? And I think the answer is going to be the top. So let's play the Rail Beater and Tethys Titan's Bane at the top. Ritual of Battle on Tethys Titan's Bane. Then we can even play the Frozen Lance just for the incant value. Okay. Not a great first turn. Oh, this turn is interesting. So one of the things that we really want to play is this Guardian Stone, because playing our units when we can is good. We've got Ice Tornadoes for next turn. The Mollusk Mage will have to go back around. We've got several spells that we could play in the center. I guess it's really just Ice Tornado, because we're hoping to hit the Collector. We failed. We failed to hit the Collector. Collector gets away. But all of those become 0 cost next turn, which is very nice for us. So, Ritual of Battle on you. That still doesn't kill this one, which is annoying. It's annoying, what do we do about it? You've got Spell Weakness. So this Frozen Lance does 18 damage, which, looking at that, is just enough, almost, basically. Now the piercing Ice Tornado is good on either of these floors, I guess. Because you've got a spell shield and you have armor. Don't know which floor I want to play it on. I guess this one, because these are the units that are coming up right now. So, let's use it here. And then now that we've used that, I'm thinking maybe we don't play our Ice Tornadoes. We're drawing +9 though. So we actually do want to play our Ice Tornadoes so they get shuffled back in the deck, and so that we can draw all 9 of the cards. So let's play 2 Ice Tornadoes. I'm going to keep you alive for an Ice Tornado next turn. Let's play Ice Tornadoes at the bottom. And then we want to either play an Energy Siphon or a Queen's Impling. I really want the Queen's Implings to be out of the deck. So let's get them out of the deck. And then this Ice Tornado is free. And we probably have another Ice Tornado that is free when we're looking at the top floor. It is. So we can play this Ice Tornado at the top floor. This guy's already dying though. And we're only taking 6 damage on you, which is kind of meaningless. You can even play the Branding Rite on you to gain more armor. Let's think about what we're doing on other floors. The bottom floor, we're going to play an Ice Tornado. Ho-ho, it hit the 2 weakest ones. Kind of nice, especially because you were silenced. Now then. If we're looking at any other floor other than the top floor, there's not much we can afford to play. But we can afford to play the Hornbreak and kill this one. That's kind of nice. Let's do that. Hornbreak, kill this one. And then we can kill you a variety of ways. But we certainly want to play the Frozen Lancers. The real question is, do we care to play the Ice Tornado? We don't. We'll play it next turn. We got our Mollusk Mage back, but it costs 2 to play. Do we still play it? I think we do. Mollusk Mage goes right here. Now we want to play lots of things. Lots of things at the top. Definitely the Titan's Tooth, because we don't get to keep that in our hand. We play the Ritual of Battle, or the Ice Tornadoes. One of these is going to be for next turn. Actually, we could play all of them right now. Let's play all of them. And by all of them, I mean, yeah, all of them. Let's redraw these. Do we want to keep one to kill this guy? I think we do. Let's keep one of them. One of the Ice Tornadoes, so that we can kill this one for certain. We are drawing another Ice Tornado. Still, I think we keep this one. Alright, the Crystal Cloak. The Crystal Cloak, I think, is going to not do much of anything to us. So Ritual of Battle goes here. You are already dying, only dealing 6 damage. Let's play this Ice Tornado at the bottom. Do we want to play the Energy Siphon first? I guess no, because we're going to play this Ice Tornado next turn. So let's play the Ice Tornado, and then the Energy Siphon. So we can hit you hard next turn. And then we play basically as much as we can up here. The Titan's Tooth, the Frozen Lance, a Frozen Lance, and a Frozen Lance. Great. Okay. We did not draw the other Energy Siphon, which is what I was looking for. But we play this Ice Tornado, it does double damage. We play a Queen's Impling because that takes off one of the stealth, and I think that is probably the most important thing for us to do, is take off one of those stealths. We can play things at the top just to play them. I don't know if that's very worthwhile. We could keep the Ice Tornadoes in my hand for next turn. I guess the Branding Rite is worth playing. Deal 15 damage to you, apply 20 armor? Sure. And then, of the things that we can play, we could play another Queen's Impling, which would take another stealth off. It would kind of be like giving 15 health to my unit. I think that's pretty good. Alright. So you've only got 7 stealth left, you're already dying. I don't even need to play my Ice Tornadoes. How about that? We won that one pretty well, I think. The main problem, I believe, is going to be the Last Divinity fight. Because we currently can't fit all of our stuff on the same floor, except for the top and bottom floor in the Last Divinity fight. Don't know how that's going to go. So permafrost, preserved permafrost is interesting, but the 0 costs with the volatile gauge is really bad. So we're going to just skip these. Ascend a unit and apply Dazed 2. Interesting. I think we don't want that. I think we don't want Tiresome Climb. So it's the only one I'm thinking of. So let's skip it. Now, I don't mind duplicating a card. The Merchant of Trinkets we do not have the money for. The Pyre Health I still think is not the best, and Unstable Vortex is excellent. Concealed Caverns is pretty good. Okay, we're going this way. Divine Temple first. Twin Stone. Probably not a good thing. With Volatile Gauge, specifically. I don't think we want Twin Stone. Do we want Seek Stone? I don't think so. So I don't think we're doing anything here. We are certainly going to remove more cards. Removing the Queen Zimplings is the most important. Let's go to the Concealed Caverns before we duplicate. Ooh, interesting. I like this one. We've only seen this a couple times. So the Railforger's Hammer is pretty nice, because then we can, in the Last Divinity fight, fit all of our units on the middle floor. +3 on a random floor is not that helpful to us, because we don't really need +3 anywhere. The Frozen Nostalgia is kind of bad, because we actually need the space, even though the 15 magic power would be amazing. Oh man, I kind of want one of these, for very different reasons. The Frozen Nostalgia basically replaces my Mollusk Mage. It basically says don't play the Mollusk Mage, instead just have +15 magic power. But I think we want the Railforger's Hammer. So now we've got extra space on each floor. This also means that we could use the middle floor in the fights that are not... well, we can use the middle floor in any fight, including the Last Divinity fight. And that means that we are free to take Fel's Remorse after this battle, which is very good when you've got Volatile Gauge. Alright, let's duplicate a card. And it should be easy, because we want to duplicate the Piercing Ice Tornado, right? Yes, the Piercing Ice Tornado is our duplicate target. Alright, Archus Darkness Incarnate. I think this one's going to be relatively easy of the battles, because we don't really care about Shattering Dark Shard or Blinding Dark Shard. So, where are we going to set up? We can set up in the center, if we want to. We have enough to play an Ice Tornado. We could just set up at the bottom, actually. There's no downside to setting up at the bottom, I think. Let's do it. So, Tethys Titan's Bane and Rail Beater at the bottom. Now we can play lots of things, including Titan's Tooth. Do we want to play anything on Archus? Any of the ice tornadoes that we could play on Archus, we could play on Archus next turn. So don't care. We want to play, I guess, an ice tornado down here. Sure. Play an ice tornado that kills all of them. Play the Titan's Tooth just for the incant value. And then we keep the other two ice tornadoes. The Guardian Stone costs 3 to play. It's annoying, but, you know, we're still going to play it. And then we play an Ice Tornado down here. That kills these two. We have a couple zero-cost Ice Tornadoes. Well, actually, we've got one zero-cost Ice Tornado. Let's play it. And then down here, we could play a Frozen Lance. Do we keep the Ice Tornadoes or not? I think we play 2 of them. Just for the incant value. Alright. Start with an Ice Tornado. Yeah, start with an Ice Tornado. You did not die. The Absolver didn't die. We might target you down with the Hornbreak. Let's think about it. We know we're going to play Ritual of Battle. And we could play this Ritual of Battle, but it's going to be free next turn. So why play it this turn? Both of them are dying. We're taking a total of 7 damage on our Titan Sentry. That's nothing. So I think we're going to just do things that are useful. Energy Siphon on the boss seems useful. Do I do that before or after the Hornbreak? The Hornbreak does do a lot of damage. It equals most Ice Tornadoes. Let's do that. So Energy Siphon plus Hornbreak on the boss. And then we play the 2 Frozen Lances just for the incant value. And then we play the Ritual of Battle next turn. So this turn, we got our Mollusk Mage, which is excellent. Let's play that first. Mollusk Mage goes here. We have a Ritual of Battle that we can play. Ritual of Battles are good to play. And then we've got 2 Piercing Ice Tornadoes. How about that? The Piercing doesn't matter as much, but they do more damage. Let's play this Ice Tornado first. Okay. Fine. What do we do next? We could Branding Rite. Or we could do Ice Tornado. Or we could do Frozen Lance and then Ice Tornado. Frozen Lance and then Ice Tornado, I think, is the plan. And now we could Branding Rite the Titan Sentry. It's not a bad plan. Let's do that. Do we play this Ice Tornado? Because we don't have to, and you're only dealing 6 damage. Let's save it for next turn. Alright. We have a lot of stuff we can play. Let's play some Ice Tornadoes. Ice Tornado. Ooh, that makes the Frozen Lance kind of perfect. Let's play the Frozen Lance next. Another Ice Tornado. This Ice Tornado exactly kills you. This Ice Tornado would deal you 90 damage and leave you at 30, which is kind of an annoying number. Let's do this one. Okay. We could do Energy Siphon on the boss. We couldn't afford much else. Let's do Energy Siphon on the boss. Let's play the Frozen Lance, one of the Ice Tornadoes, so we draw up to 7 next time, and then a Fortify. Okay. Feel like we're pretty strong. The Titan's Tooth would use up the spell weakness. in a way that I probably don't want to use it up. Let's play the Ritual of Battle first. So I believe we want to do this Ice Tornado before we do anything else. Let's do that. So Ice Tornado first. It didn't hit you anyway, so maybe the Titan's Tooth was the better choice. Oh well. And then we can hit you with a bunch of Frozen Lances. And then Energy Siphon the boss again. We could save 9 damage by playing the Queen's Impling, but Energy Siphon the boss. We actually have 127 armor on our front unit down there. I think we're doing well. I think that means we're doing well. So I believe what we want to do is spend this Ice Tornado up here to use the spell weakness as best as we can possibly use it. And then let's look at the bottom. Surely we should start with an Ice Tornado. And then I guess we play the Horn Break because it doesn't come back and it costs 2 on other floors. Rather play the Ritual of Battle down here than play the Horn Break against the boss. So Horn Break here, save the Ice Tornado for next turn. Alright, we are already winning. We just click the end turn button and win. How about that? You know, the deck feels really good. At least in that battle. Felt really good. Reinforce could be kind of amazing, honestly. Ancient Synergy. Ancient Synergy does 40 damage 3 times to the front enemy unit. It's kind of like an Ice Tornado. It's kind of like an Ice Tornado, but it doesn't have permafrost. The Reinforce is so interesting, though. The Dark Deal is not interesting. 0 cost cards are not what we're going for. We're going for 3 cost cards. We're not really removing spells from our deck. We're removing minions at this point. The Queen's Implings are going. So this probably doesn't get worse. It only gets better. And we can upgrade it. The Reinforce would add a ridiculous amount of armor, potentially, to our front unit. But only once. Let's do the Ancient Synergy. And I believe Fel's Remorse is what we really need. We certainly don't need Herzl's Compound when we draw 3 extra cards here, 1 extra card here. Yeah, don't need Herzl's Compound. We don't need the Light of Seraph now that we have the Railforger's Hammer, which is exactly the same as Light of Seraph, except for the Pyre effect. So Fel's Remorse it is. I feel like this choice is not really a choice because the Merchant of Steel does nothing for us anymore. We do want the Unstable Vortex, but probably not as much as 3 things that are useful to us. So let's go left. I'm tempted to click the Concealed Caverns first. I guess we should look at the Divine Temple. We rejected a Purge Stone and a Twin Stone before, so we're not doing those. And let's look in the Merchant of Magic. Eternal Stone. We don't have a Consume spell. Alright. We'll do some things here, but not the best choices here. Let's do Concealed Caverns. What do we get? Ho ho! I like this one. For the greater good. Oh man, I like For the Greater Good. It was so fun when we played it. The last time we played it. I think the only time we played it. I want it again. So we're taking For the Greater Good. Hit him right in the morals. There we go. It also adds another spell to our deck, which helps our Ancient Synergy. And hurts our deck consistency. 20 Pyre health, upgrade our champion. I wish you could have a little bit more health than this. I still don't care about Chill Wind. It has shown me Chill Wind every time as the other option. So we're going Conduit 3, which is kind of crazy. It does mean that our damage spells are always free wherever we put our champion. But still, damage spells -3. I guess we do have a lot of damage spells that cost 3, especially with the volatile gauge. Alright, fine. Merchant of Magic. Eternal Stone does nothing for us. Power Stone... Power Stone could go on stuff, such as the Ancient Synergy, or one of the random Ice Tornadoes, or the Titan's Tooth. Let's put it on Titan's Tooth. The Ember Stone. I do want to take an Ember Stone because, as I've learned from YouTube comments, the Ember Stone works well with Volatile Gauge. We don't need it on anything that does damage. We need it on something that is not a damage spell. Ritual of Battle could be it, or it could be For the Greater Good. I think we'd choose For the Greater Good. Now we can re-roll. We're guaranteed to get another Ember Stone. Couldn't afford much else. Or we could purge a card. Let's think about card purging. Are we going to purge cards next time? You know, maybe not. So it might be good to purge them this time. I guess it still costs the same to purge the next time as this time. But still, if we're spending our money purging, let's not spend our money re-rolling. Let's purge another Queen Zimpling. Okay. Let's go into Battle 7. I don't like that you have Trample. And the Purifiers might be bad. Do we turn on Aggressive Amulet? It's 400 gold. 400 gold for Aggressive Amulet. Let's turn it on. Will I regret this? It is possible. It is possible I will regret that. Ooh, we got some interesting choices already. Alright, we are going to put the Rail Beater at the bottom, the Rail Beater Titan Sentry, with Endless. And then what? And then we have a lot of things we can do. We probably want to Branding Right our Titan Sentry immediately. Let's do that. We basically get to play all of these cards. So let's play all of them. Ice Tornado. Should we play For the Greater Good before Ice Tornado? I guess so. I have no idea what the options are. Enemy units gain melee weakness 1. That's really insignificant, but alright, thank you. And then Ice Tornadoes. Ooh, we did not hit the back one at all. There we go, back one gone. You are not dead. And you're not getting the Frostbite from hitting the Titan Sentry anymore. We might need to focus on killing you. On a later turn. Energy Siphon does so much damage. Ooh, the Mollusk Mage. Okay, we play the Mollusk Mage first. And then Ritual of Battle on our champion. We certainly want to play the Titan's Tooth at the bottom. That's no question at all. What do we do next? That's the real question. We can afford to play something here, so I guess we're going to play one of the random Ice Tornadoes up here. There we go. Got the collector money. We want to play the piercing one because it could kill this one in one hit. Great, it did. And then Ancient Synergy kills you, so we're going to kill you. And then we keep this Ice Tornado for next turn. Wonderful. We get our Guardian Stone. Wonderful. I also like that it costs 1. The Energy Siphon is not worth playing. I guess we play the Queen's Impling in the front. So it dies. And then we play a Fortify on you. Okay. We've got a piercing thing, but it does 90 damage. It doesn't do 100, unfortunately. So let's start with Ice Tornadoes. Ice Tornadoes did some work. I guess we are going to hit you with the piercing. And the Frozen Lances, of course. And then you're making it up, which is not good for me. We might have to kill you with an Ancient Synergy. So, what do the things cost? Ancient Synergy costs 3, but it would kill this one dead. And that might be very good for me. Let's consider it, but let's first play this Piercing Ice Tornado down here. Perfect, it did exactly what I wanted. We can play the Ancient Synergy up here and kill this one. Wait a minute, does it kill this one? It does not. It comes close, but it does not kill it. Alright, well, let's do some damage. And then we'll have to kill you next turn with something. Let's play Ritual of Battle. And the Frozen Lances, of course. And the Hornbreak, because we don't draw that again. And I think we keep this Ice Tornado. If nothing else, the Ice Tornado could be used to kill this one. And part of that is because this Ice Tornado is guaranteed to cost 0, even not on the bottom floor. But let's do the bottom floor before we consider the top floor. I think this Ice Tornado that has Piercing is what we start with. Great. Excellent start. Ritual of Battle again. The Branding Rite, I guess, is good for you, technically. Technically good for you. And then up here, we pretty much have to play Ice Tornado to kill you, so let's kill you. Titan's Tooth is easy because we can't keep that. Frozen Lance is easy, we can't keep that. And then I want these Ice Tornadoes to be shuffled back in the deck. So let's play... We could play one more to save you 24 health. Or we could save it for next turn. Let's save it for next turn. We did not need to save it for next turn because there's a brief respite, which I do know that there are brief respites, technically. We can only keep one... Well, we can keep both of the Ice Tornadoes, technically. I guess let's play For the Greater Good. Ooh, it's a quick Quill Marksman. That's kind of nice. Should we armor up our quick Quill Marksman? Sure. And then I think we keep both of the Ice Tornadoes, because it's better than the random card we would draw. Almost certainly. Okay, are we immediately winning? We are not. This does 45 damage twice, this does 40 damage 3 times. This does more damage. We play Energy Siphon, and then this Ice Tornado. Great. Now the Hornbreak, the Ice Tornado, the Frozen Lance, the Frozen Lance. We're already winning. Great. That one went pretty easy. I think our deck is good. Alright, and that 400 gold is nice too. I don't think we want Guardian's Amulet. I don't think we do. Urchin Spines is not going to cost 0, which makes it kind of bad. Unnamed Tome is not going to cost 0, makes it kind of bad. Let's skip for 10 gold. Important Work is terrible, Impressive is terrible, we just don't have imps in the deck. And Inferno is free where our champion is, which is bad. So let's not take that either. Skip those. We've got a lot of money. We kind of already decided we're going to the right. So let's go to the right. Let's take more money. The Merchant of Magic has Eternal Stone, which does nothing. Power Stone and an Ember Stone. The Merchant of Trinkets. Scorched Steel is okay. Hammered Chest Plates. Kind of the same thing. Higher Wall is not great. I think we're going to re-roll these. Because those are only okay. We could get better, I think. Let's take the artifact. Incant abilities trigger an additional time. That sounds really good. The rationing scale sounds really bad. Alright. Founding Seal. Incant abilities trigger an additional time. How many incant abilities do we have? We have... The Guardian Stone has incant, and the Siren of the Sea sacrifice thing also has an incant. So there's 2 incants on that one. And then there's 1 incant on this one. Yeah, only 1 incant on this one, from the stone, the rune stone. We only have 3 incants. I did not realize how few we had, but still, this incant is really nice to be doubled. I like that. We're going to duplicate a card. I think we do that next. Unless we want to upgrade it in the... Let's consider upgrading it here first. Because we can upgrade something and then duplicate the thing that we upgrade. I like that plan. So, what are we going to upgrade? I think we're taking both of these. So let's take the Power Stone. Power Stone is good on everything that we have, including the Hornbreak. I kind of want the Hornbreak to have a little bit more power. So a little bit more power as a Power Stone. And then an Ember Stone is always good. I think we want that on For the Greater Good, so we can always play it. Could put that on Ritual of Battle. I think we're going to have 2 Ember Stones, so let's do that. And then we re-roll here. Ooh, Freeze Stone is excellent with the Titan's Claws. Freeze Stone is excellent. Let's re-roll here now. So re-roll here. Tethys' Scales are pretty good. Railhammer is amazing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. Railhammer is amazing because this incant applies armor 1. Railhammer will make it armor 5. And because we got the Founding Seal, I think that means it's armor 10. So the Founding Seal plus Railhammer makes that incant 10 times as good. We're buying that. We cannot afford to purge a card and take Tethys' Scales. We might not purge a card. I wanted to purge the last Queen's Impling, but we might just not do that. I think we want the Power Stone. So let's think about if we buy Tethys' Scales, we basically have 95. 95. That could be just Freestone. What if it's just Freestone? We could put Freestone on Ancient Synergy. We could put it on this Ritual of Battle. I think we want the Freestone on Ancient Synergy. could also put it on an energy siphon, because the energy siphon costs more than 0, and the freestone basically makes it so that it will cost 0. That's kind of weird, but I like it. Okay, and then we can purchase Tethys' scales, which I think is very good for us. Use all of our money, and then finally duplicate a card. I kind of want to duplicate for the greater good, but I also kind of want to duplicate our Guardian Stone. Because it is so much more powerful now. Like, so much more powerful. And because we have more room, we could just set up at the bottom. Let's duplicate the Guardian Stone. It does give us 15 pack shards. Okay. I think we've got a very strong deck. Let's see how it actually goes, though. I don't know how this is actually going to go. Now, one of the questions is, do we set up at the top or the bottom? I believe the answer really should be the top. It probably should be the top for this fight. And probably the bottom for the Last Divinity. Or the center. I don't know, haven't decided. But we set up at the top. Let's see here. What does this do anyway? Buff effects will be... We'll remove buff effects and debuff. So you're going to remove the frostbite that we add, for one thing. We should do the branding right this turn on our own unit, I think. Could do it on you, just kill you, but no, we'll do it on our own unit. We'll kill you with a Frozen Lance. Let's do the Ritual of Battle. We could play an Ice Tornado at the bottom. That would be quite good to do. Let's do that. And then we can play things here. Do we play the Ice Tornado? We play the Frozen Lance. Do we play the Ice Tornado or do we keep it? I think we keep it. Now, we've got a ton of stuff. The Ice Tornado that we kept probably gets played at the bottom. So this gets played at the bottom. Great. We can still afford to play something in the middle, and then we can afford to play lots of things at the top. Let's play a Frozen Lance at the top. We could play something in the middle, however, then we couldn't play Ritual of Battle. But it has permafrost, so we get to play it anyway. I don't know. One of the things that we could do is play Ritual of Battle right now, and then just have frozen things that we do next turn. Let's do that. So Ritual of Battle, play that every turn. We're going to play a Frozen Lance here, I guess, because we can. And then we play everything else at the top that we can play. We can only keep... Well, we can keep both of the Ice Tornadoes, but I want to draw more of my deck. So let's play an Ice Tornado. And then be done for the turn. We've got an Ice Tornado which should take out those two at the top. Those three at the top. Alright, so we can only play one of our Guardian Stones. It looks like we play this Guardian Stone. Ooh, we could play the Queen Zimpling. If we play the Queen Zimpling, then we don't get... Does the Queen Zimpling die? We're probably going to kill all of those, right? With Ice Tornadoes and such. We're going to play for the greater good. So I think we play the Queen's... No. What do we do? I have no idea. Let's play the Siren of the Sea Guardian Stone. And that will be the one that has Ember Drain. So we're going to get Ember Drain next turn. Then we play for the greater good. You're not great. Of the for the greater good things, you're not my favorite. We get to play Energy Siphon on Seraph the Chaste, but I think we're going to do it at the end. So we're going to play some Ice Tornadoes. Here's another Ice Tornado. Here's even another Ice Tornado, I guess. Ooh, we could play Energy Siphon and then Ancient Synergy. I like that. Let's do that. Alright, we've done some damage to the boss. We can still play this Ice Tornado at the bottom, which I think is quite nice. We're not guaranteed to get something that can kill this, so maybe we should kill this one. Or we could have kept the Ice Tornado and killed it next turn, and got all the incant value. That was a mistake. I did the wrong thing. Hey, we got our Mollusk Mage. I wish that this guy was dead, though. Don't really care about this Clergyman, but the Mollusk Mage we do care about. How much do things cost? I kind of like playing the Titan's Tooth at the bottom because it applies Frostbite. Although, you remove Frostbite, don't you? You remove half of the Frostbite. Let's do the Titan's Tooth at the bottom. And then at the top we're going to play the Frozen Lance. And then just keep all of the Ice Tornadoes and the Energy Siphon. Draw a lot less. That's fine. That makes all of these Ice Tornadoes free, so we can play them on other floors. So I want to start with the Ice Tornadoes that are not free. Like this one. Okay, that killed a couple things. Now what? We can play Energy Siphon. I think we're going to play it on Seraph, maybe at the end. Let's play this Ice Tornado here too. And then what? I guess we play Ritual of Battle. We play another Ice Tornado. And another Ice Tornado. That hit entirely Seraph the Chaste. Okay, that one was not well done. We want these both to die, but do we get to do that? I mean, we do get to play Frozen Lance. I think we have to play our final Ice Tornado here, which is not good because we kind of want it next turn too. Oh well. Now they're both dying. Now we play Energy Siphon twice on Seraph the Chaste. Okay. That turn indicated that we did not have enough spell damage, which is crazy. Don't we have ridiculous amounts of spell damage? We apparently did not have enough. Let's start with For the Greater Good. For the Greater Good first. What did we get? Ooh, you didn't get the Ember Drain because you got summoned, you weren't played with a card. Interesting. Did not know that would happen that way. We can Branding Rite to kill this one, which might be better than anything else that we could do with Branding Rite. Let's do it. The Ritual of Battle we play here on our champion. We want to play the Queen's Impling somewhere else, like here. Queen's Impling goes here. Now, can we cause you both to die? I don't know the answer to that. If we start with this... Ooh. Maybe we want to hit the back one with this. But we want this one to die because the sweep... He's silenced, though. So, what do we care? We've got 200-something armor on our units. Let's do the Hornbreak here. And I'm doing that there because what I really want to accomplish is not play this Ice Tornado this turn, so that we have it for next turn. Our units have so much armor. I think we're going to do fine. It's just a matter of killing them before they reach the pyre, so they don't deal damage to the pyre. That's the hardest part here. We don't have space to put our Guardians down. But we can put another random friendly unit. Friendly Rebel. Which one is it this time? The Quick Quill Marksman. And then we play some Ice Tornadoes. Start with this one. Alright. And then Ancient Synergy is pretty nice. Pretty nice. But don't we want to play that at the end? I don't know. Let's play an Energy Siphon on this one, and then do this Ice Tornado. That was pretty good. But what I was really hoping is that we could play Ancient Synergy on the boss with this other Energy Siphon, which we don't get to do. We can still do this Ancient Synergy, though. And the Frozen Lance, and then do the Energy Siphon on the boss. Or we could wait to do that next turn and just play Fortify this turn. I guess that's the better thing to do, technically. Okay, well, fine. I'm still worried about the fact that we don't kill any of the units until they get to the top floor. But we're killing them all at the top floor, so how bad is it? Maybe not so bad. We are in the Relentless phase now. Titan's Tooth is a pretty good one to start with. It does do a lot of damage. It uses up the spell weakness, but I think it was still worthwhile. Next. We always want to play the Ritual of Battle. I want to play the Energy Siphon on the boss, so we will do that. And then what? We could actually... Oh, we can't kill you with the Piercing Branding Right. We could kill you with the Piercing Hornbreak, but that does so much damage. If we had the Branding Right next turn, we could do that. But unfortunately, this turn it doesn't work. I guess we do this Ice Tornado, but we could do that here, because it has a good chance of killing that one. And we're already killing these two. Okay, I'm playing the Ice Tornado here. Alright, it did what I wanted it to do, basically. I mean, I also wanted to kill this Light Wings, but I didn't care that much about that particular aspect. You're silenced, so your sweep is not as bad as it would normally be, but we still don't want to take that hit. So let's do a couple Frozen Lances, and then this Frozen Lance, and then who has enough health that we can do a Branding Right? I guess you. You have enough health for us to do Branding Right. And you have 1,000 armor. Oh my gosh. I believe that this run will be the most armor ever applied. We should get that particular thing at the end of this run. So always do the Ritual of Battle. And then just a random Ice Tornado is fine. Wow, killed that one completely. Alright, Frozen Lance. On this floor, I would like to do just a simple Ice Tornado. Actually, let's do the Piercing one because there's spell weakness. and it does more damage. Okay, well, simple Ice Tornado next. It still haven't hit that one. Let's try to hit it this time. Great, and then we play the Frozen Lance for the Incant. And then I am extremely confident that we win this next turn. We have so much armor. Yes. Technically, our front unit dies. Sure, let's do it. And then we get to fight the Last Divinity. Alright, so mostly what that proved is that if we get to the Relentless phase, we win. We just need to actually get to the Relentless phase, and we might have some trouble dealing enough damage to the things that go up the train. We might have some trouble with that. Let's see what we get in our opening hand. So I'm looking at my opening hand and thinking about, do we start at the bottom or the top? The reason that we would ever want to start at the bottom is this 13 damage is a whole lot less than 9 times 2 or 11. And at the bottom we have more space. Also, when we put Frostbite on units, it stays. There's a lot of reasons to be at the bottom. We can play the Siren of the Sea Guardian Stone and the Railbeater Titan Sentry. Those are all of our Incant things. So we can play both of those and then Incant a whole bunch. I don't really like how many units are probably going to go up the pyre after the first turn, and that's going to be the problem. How can we prevent that from happening too many times? But I think still, we're going to start at the bottom. Especially because you have Endless. You having Endless does make this a lot easier for me to take. Start with the piercing one. Okay, that was pretty good. Next Ice Tornado. And final Ice Tornado probably kills that clergyman in the back. It didn't even touch him. Alright. Still, he dies, but we are taking 39 damage. Not really a problem, because we get so much armor from the Guardian Stone. We are killing everything on the first turn. We just need to continue killing everything, which I don't know how successfully we will be. This Siren of the Sea is quite nice to see. This Guardian Stone, I mean. So we play the Guardian Stone. Now we're going to have absolutely ridiculous amounts of armor. That means our guys don't die. The problem is we also need to kill the enemies. How are we going to do that? So number one, we can kill this front one with this Piercing Hornbreak, which is pretty nice. The rest of them have spell shields. We have to play the Ritual of Battle, because this one doesn't stick around in our hand, and we need to play those. We need to play Ritual of Battle every time we draw it. I guess we just do a couple of Ice Tornadoes, and that will take out most of the spell shield. Okay, so we kill the front one. You're silenced, so you don't have your Incant. We play the Frozen Lance, we play the Branding Rite. And then I guess we play another Ritual of Battle. Do we play it on the back one or something in the center? The reason to play it on something in the center is that if we play it on the back one all the time, it does a bunch of damage, but it only hits one unit. And I think splitting it allows us to potentially kill the front one and kill the back one. Not this time, but in the future. And then, as far as I'm concerned, that guy can go all the way to the top. He doesn't deal any damage. Okay, starting off, we probably want to do Titan's Tooth. And then go from there. So, Titan's Tooth first. Okay, Titan's Tooth. We've got so many Frozen Lances. The Frozen Lances are kind of bad. Let's do the Ice Tornadoes. Killed the back one, that's really important. I mean, we need to play the Frozen Lances, right? And this Ice Tornado is going to be as good as it can be right now. Let's do the Frozen Lances first. We get all of our incant with the Frozen Lances. We've got a lot of armor. I think what we do is we play the energy siphons on the middle one, and then we play an Ice Tornado and hope to deal it a bunch of damage. We hit it a little bit with that Ice Tornado, which does kill it, does leave the back clipped Guardian. Not enough to deal us amazing amounts of damage on our Pyre, but still concerning that one is getting through. Hoo-hoo, we silent Chains the Sighted. That is so good for us. We also got our Mollusk Mage, which is also quite nice to see. So let's play the Mollusk Mage. Play that first. Then we play For the Greater Good. I'm thinking about what we do for you. Because we could kill you with a spell like Ancient Synergy. But we kind of want the Ancient Synergy to kill this one. Hornbreak does a lot of damage. A lot of damage. You know what? We're going to Hornbreak you. And then what? Ritual of Battle. Ritual of Battle is good. We're dealing 154 to Chains the Sighted. We need to do more than that. Which means we're not dealing with you. I think you're going to go to the Pyre. But you're only going to hit the Pyre once. So that's not so bad. Let's deal with Chains the Sighted. If we do, let's see here, 44 plus 10 is 54, plus the Frozen Lance is 70, that's exactly your health. Amazing. Alright. So that does exactly the most damage we could do with that. And now Chains the Sighted is dying. How about that? We can Fortify, we can Branding Right. Be careful to Branding Right something that has enough health, like this one. Alright. We might still have a way to deal with that one going up. But so far we're letting the Pyre take care of it. We've got a Titan's Tooth. That kills the back too. That's really nice. How much do things cost? We need to go on a different floor. So these cost 1, which means we could use one to kill this one. We could even use the lesser of them to kill that one. So let's use the other things that we have. So Frozen Lance, Frozen Lance. Shall we Energy Siphon? I think we shall. Let's Energy Siphon the back one. And then do this Ice Tornado. Are we killing both of them? We are not currently. We're close to it though. Now we are. Great. That means that we can use this Ice Tornado to kill this one. Neat. Nothing has gotten to the top yet. Ooh, that one's quite bad. Oh, that's not good. We do not want this sweep, because he's a Pyre Wings. He's going to put Ember Drain on our units. That's so bad for us. Okay, so that's bad. Let's play for the greater good first. And I guess we just play the cards. Let's start with some Ice Tornadoes so that we strip off... Actually, we're going to strip off Spell Shields. I guess we start with a Frozen Lance in the front one. And then we play our Ice Tornadoes. There's a lot of Spell Shields to get through, though. Unfortunately. We're going to have so much Ember Drain. We're basically going to have no Ember next turn. Well, we're going to have no Ember next turn. That's just how it is. Guess let's spread out the damage. These are gaining so much damage because of the incants. You are going to get 6... Ooh, you're going to get 6 Frostbite, so you're going to die on the next floor. The other 2 are a problem. They're going to make it to the top as it currently stands. Hopefully we can draw something to take care of that, but we might need to use it at the bottom floor. Okay, as it currently stands, you're going to die from Frostbite, you're going to die from Frostbite, you're going to make it to the top. And yeah, that's how it stands. We have no Ember this turn, which means we just play the things that are free, starting with Titan's Tooth. Alright, and then Ice Tornado. Ice Tornado, there we go. And then a Frozen Lance, and an Ice Tornado. And then we play Branding Right. We can't play it on our Titan Sentry anymore, so we're going to play it on one of these things that has lots of health. Alright, you are also going to make it to the top, currently. We've got too many things making it to the top. We only have 3 waves remaining, though. Maybe next turn we will find solutions. They have Spell Shield. How unfortunate for us. I mean, we're going to start with Ancient Synergy. Or, no, sorry, not Ancient Synergy. For the greater good. For the greater good. We reached this the 7-unit limit. How interesting. Okay. Well. Interesting. We could play For the Greater Good somewhere else. I guess we do. I'm looking at the other floors because I'm thinking about how we deal with the other floors. We should probably start with an Ice Tornado at the bottom. Okay, that did some things. A Queen's Impling kills this one, and the Queen's Impling will die. That will also allow us to play... Wait a minute, we want to play For the Greater Good first if we're doing that. Except that you gain armor 10. So we want to play Queen's Impling first? And then we play For the Greater Good. And then we could play Ancient Synergy here. It would do a lot of damage. We could instead play Hornbreak up there. The Hornbreak is so good against that Steel Wings. Let's do the Hornbreak on this Steel Wings. That makes it so that we kill the bottom. Great. Let's play Ancient Synergy at the top. That kills that one. That means that we can play Energy Siphon on you, so that we can find something to deal with you next turn, maybe. And of course we play a Frozen Lance at the bottom. And we are killing everything at the bottom, so we're still good. And we've got a ridiculous amount of armor on our units, which means we should defeat the Last Divinity no problem, once we get to the Relentless phase. So with 3 spell weakness, we should be able to take you out with a spell. We can't guarantee it, because our Ice Tornadoes don't guaranteed hit you, but we're going to try an Ice Tornado. Nice. Now, down here, what are we doing? I guess we want to play Titan's Tooth first. And then I think we play Energy Siphon on this back one, followed by an Ice Tornado. We want to play both our Rituals of Battle. We can't do that, so we'll just play this one, the one that doesn't have Frozen on it. Frozen Lance kills you, and then Branding Right, we can hit one of our own units, like this one again. Okay. Well, 1 wave remaining. Looks like we're winning this one. And we are winning. It doesn't even kill my first unit. Alright. Just end turn, and I'm going to put a timer on the screen. It's going to be fast-forwarded through, but I'm going to put the timer on the screen so you see how long it takes on the Ultra game speed for the Last Divinity to die. There we go. We defeated Covenant rank 24 on our first try, even. That feels great. And with the Stygian Hellhorned combination, which is also great because of how terribly we did with that combination the last time we played with it. And I'm looking for armor applied. I think we should get armor applied. Seraph has 1,000 more health. You know what? We would have went right through that on this particular run. So Covenant rank 25, 1,000 more health. It's significant, but we would have torn through that in this run. By the way, we had things that added extra starting cards. It added an extra dead weight, it added an extra primary starting card, an extra secondary starting card. I honestly believed very strongly, I was very confident, that one of the Covenant ranks would add an additional Train Steward that you start with. And I'm surprised. I'm surprised that none of them did. Why not? That would have been terrible to have an extra Train Steward. And they didn't do it. Ho-ho, we have Divine Mastered 5 more cards. One of those is for the greater good, which is pretty rare to find, because it's coming from a specific Cavernous event. So that's great too. Great. And unfortunately, it did not show armor applied. We did get our win streak in the Crucible Cup, the very last Crucible Cup run that we had. We finally got our win streak to 2. Now we're going into Covenant rank 25, the highest Covenant rank. We got Incant triggers. We didn't quite double our Incant triggers, but we did get a ton of Incant triggers. I really wanted to see armor applied, though, because I think the amount of armor that we applied that run, we are never going to beat. Alright, that's it for this time. Next time we do a standard run, Covenant rank 25, the top Covenant rank. This run was a new Divine win, and I Divinity mastered 5 more cards, 4 of which were mastered for the first time. On the right, I am featuring Archus Darkness Incarnate. Of the 22 times I've defeated him, this was probably the easiest Archus battle yet. The Porcupine becomes the 55th enemy to reach my 10 kill threshold. There are only 4 enemies in the game that I haven't killed at least 10 times, and 3 of them are named Seraph. On the left, I simply have to feature Guardian Stone, which plated up my armor this run to a ridiculous degree, and I heartily enjoyed it. I'm also featuring Titan's Tooth, which reaches my 10 battle threshold. Essentially any 3-cost damage spell would have been good in my deck, and although Titan's Tooth is not my favorite of those, it was good. For artifacts, I had 4 reach my 10 battle threshold. Here's 2 of them. Titan's Claws got a lot of use this run, making all of my frozen cards cost 0 if I waited 1 turn. Sigiled Seaweed is an artifact with a random effect, silencing about 50% of the enemies entering my train. And it happened to silence some very important triggered abilities. It was strong this run. And I invite you to look back in this video at the artifacts I collected. I had a good number, and every one of them was stellar this run. Also, check out my tracking sheet, link in the video description. New episodes every Saturday, and thanks for watching.